They left him to die with the paralyzed alien girl. But he didn't know she heals when she protects. The war had ended, but not for everyone. Smoke still curled from shattered war machines. Bodies of both humans and aliens lay forgotten across the battlefield. And somewhere amid the broken silence, a young soldier named Jace dragged himself across the debris-littered ground, blood trailing behind him from a gash in his side. He'd been abandoned, betrayed by his own unit during a retreat. He didn't know why. All he remembered was the chaos, the screams, and the cold command from his captain. Leave him! They thought he was too injured to survive. Maybe he was. That was when he saw her, lying half-buried under a collapsed piece of armor plating. Her limbs twisted unnaturally, was an alien girl, barely older than 20 in human years. Her skin shimmered like burnished silver, her hair a river of violet dust. She was from the Varellan species, their sworn enemies just weeks ago. Her eyes were open, watching him. He hesitated, clutching his bleeding side. "You're alive?" She didn't answer, only blinked, crawling closer. He used the last of his strength to push the metal off her legs. Her body was limp, cold, paralyzed, but her chest rose slowly, still breathing. He slumped beside her and whispered, "Guess it's just you and me now, huh?" Night fell. The wind howled across the empty plains, bringing with it a bitter chill. Jace had wrapped his torn cloak around the alien girl, though he barely had enough strength to keep himself warm. She didn't speak, didn't move, just breathed slowly, painfully. "You got a name?" he rasped. No reply. He smiled faintly. "I'll just call you Silver. Seems to fit." A faint twitch of her eyebrow, barely noticeable. He kept talking, mostly to stay awake, about his childhood, his dog back on Earth, how he hated the rations but loved the stars. His voice cracked from thirst and pain, but he talked anyway, because she was listening. Somewhere during the night, a noise stirred him, a low growl in the dark. Creatures. Scavengers. The battlefield always brought them. Jace grabbed a broken metal rod and forced himself upright. He could barely hold it, let alone fight. But when one of the beasts slunk closer, eyes glowing yellow in the dark, he stepped in front of Silver. "No!" he growled, standing over her trembling body. "Not her." The creature lunged. He swung wildly, missing, but it backed off, maybe surprised, maybe confused. More came. He screamed, charged at them like a dying man possessed. One latched onto his arm, but he drove the metal into its side. Another raked claws across his back. And then light. Silver's body glowed, soft and blue like a rising dawn. The air around her shimmered with heat and energy. Her eyes opened wide, now bright with alien power. Jace fell to his knees, dazed, bloodied. She rose, standing tall, unshaken. Her once limp limbs moved fluidly, gracefully, as if nothing had ever been broken. She stepped past him. Her bare feet touched the dirt, and each step sparked against the ground. The scavengers froze, with one piercing cry, otherworldly, full of rage and sorrow. She unleashed a blast of light that scattered the beasts into the night. Then she turned. Kneeling beside him, she touched his face gently. Her hand was warm now, alive. "You didn't run," she said softly. Her voice was musical, strange, and trembling with emotion. He smiled weakly. "Didn't know I could. You protected me, even when I couldn't protect myself. I thought you were going to die. Didn't want to be alone," he chuckled. "You weren't." Her hands began to glow again, and as she pressed them to his wounds, he felt heat pulse through his skin. The pain dulled. The bleeding slowed. "I don't understand," he whispered. "We Varellans have a gift," she said, her eyes shining brighter now. "But only when our instinct awakens, when we choose to protect someone with our life, We begin to heal. First ourselves, then others. Then why were you paralyzed? She looked away, a shadow in her expression. Because I had no one left to protect. My family died. My people betrayed me. Called me a coward because I refused to kill children in the last raid. Jace blinked. They left you behind, too. She nodded. I believed I was finished. But then you came. You covered me with your cloak, spoke to me like I mattered, and you fought not to kill, but to protect. He reached for her hand. Looks like we saved each other. Her fingers tightened around his. They made a shelter out of ruins. Days passed. Jace recovered slowly under her touch. Each night, Silva would sit by the fire and share pieces of her story. Her real name was Lyriena. She had once been a royal guard before she was branded a traitor, and though she had nothing left, she began to smile again. So did Jace. They cooked scavenged roots, filtered water through scraps of armor, and watched the stars from a hilltop above the battlefield. The war had moved on, but they hadn't. Not yet. One night under the stars, he turned to her and asked, "So what happens now?" She looked at him, her violet hair glowing in the starlight. "I could go back, try to rebuild, but only if you come with me." "Me? A human? My people may never accept you," she admitted. "But I will." He looked at her, really looked. The same girl he had once found broken beneath wreckage. Now strong, radiant, alive. "I'll go anywhere you go," he said. They left the battlefield behind. Together, and somewhere far from war and hatred, a paralyzed alien girl and a betrayed human soldier found something neither of them had expected. A reason to heal, a reason to live, a reason to love.